Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. It's a new year, and I don't know about you, but I'm already thinking about those health goals. So to kick off the year, we're going to be looking at some seriously cool tech that can help us all reach those goals.
Yeah.
We've got a Forbes article here that highlights the top 10 health and fitness gadgets hitting the scene in 2025. And just to give you a little taste, we're talking about the Apple Watch Series 10, the Oura Ring 4, a super sleek, ampler stout e-bike, the Withings Body Comp bathroom scales, a Samsung Galaxy Ring, yep, you heard right, a smart ring, the Huawei Watch D2, the Actia 24/7 blood pressure monitor, Apple AirPods Pro 2, the Therabody Theragun Relief, and the Withings Sleep Analyzer. I am geeking out already.
It really is incredible to see how personalized health tech is becoming. And this list really shows the range of what's available, from tracking your sleep to analyzing your body composition and even helping you commute more actively.
Okay, so let's jump right in. First up is the Apple Watch Series 10. I don't know, another Apple Watch. But this one claims to have the biggest display yet, which I'm super curious about. Think about how much easier it would be to navigate those workout apps or even just check your heart rate on the fly.
Yeah, and beyond the larger display, the Series 10 is supposed to be even more sensitive in detecting those subtle heart rhythm changes with its ECG feature. That could be a game changer for folks who need to keep a close eye on their heart health. Imagine potentially catching irregularities earlier than ever before.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. Now moving on to something a bit more discreet, we've got the Oura Ring 4. It's not just a pretty piece of jewelry. This ring is packed with sensors that track your sleep patterns, heart rate variability, and even skin temperature.
What I find fascinating about the Oura Ring is its Symptom Radar feature. It analyzes all that data to detect subtle changes in your body that might suggest you're getting sick even before you feel any symptoms. It's like having an early warning system for your health right on your finger.
That's wild. I can see how that would be a game changer for folks who are prone to getting sick or just want to stay ahead of the game. Now let's shift gears and talk about something that gets you moving, the ampler stout e-bike. This thing is more than just a bike. It's a stylish, tech-savvy way to navigate your city.
Yeah, e-bikes are becoming incredibly popular for commuting. And the ampler stout is designed to blend right into the urban landscape. Its battery is completely hidden within the frame, making it look like a regular bike. Plus, you can adjust the motor's assistance level depending on how much effort you want to put in.
So you're saying it's perfect for those days when you want a little help conquering those hills but still want to get some exercise? That's a win-win in my book.
Okay, time to step on the Withings Body Comp bathroom scales. These scales go way beyond just telling you your weight.
These scales are all about understanding your body composition. They can measure your body fat percentage, muscle mass, bone density, and even your vascular age, giving you a more comprehensive picture of your overall health.
Hold on. Vascular age. What exactly is that? Think of it as a measure of the health of your arteries. It's an indicator of how well your cardiovascular system is aging, which can be incredibly valuable information for assessing your risk of heart disease.
Wow, that's pretty insightful. These scales are like a mini health checkup every time you step on them. All right, next up we have the Samsung Galaxy Ring. Yes, a smart ring. This is definitely tapping into a growing trend.
It seems like everyone wants to put a ring on it, especially when it comes to tracking their health. The Samsung Galaxy Ring is designed to be a stylish and discreet way to monitor your sleep, your heart rate, and your activity levels. It's like a mini fitness tracker for your finger.
And it's Android only for now, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a deal breaker for some folks. But I have to admit, the sleek design is pretty tempting. Now let's talk about another watch, the Huawei Watch D2. This one claims to be a game changer for blood pressure monitoring.
What's interesting about the Huawei Watch D2 is that it actually inflates its strap to take your blood pressure, mimicking the way a traditional cuff works. This could potentially be a much more accurate and convenient way to monitor blood pressure compared to other watches that just estimate it based on your pulse.
I'm curious to see how accurate it really is. But speaking of blood pressure, monitoring the Actia 24/7 blood pressure monitor takes a totally different approach.
Instead of taking occasional readings, the Actia bracelet monitors your blood pressure continuously throughout the day and night. The This allows you to track trends and see how your blood pressure fluctuates in response to different activities, meals, or even stress levels.
That sounds like a wealth of data, but I'm guessing it requires regular calibration to maintain accuracy.
You're right. It needs to be calibrated once a month using a traditional blood pressure cuff, but it's still a pretty impressive piece of tech. However, it's currently only available in the UK, so we'll have to wait and see when it hits the global market.
Okay, now for something a bit unexpected. The Apple AirPods Pro 2 are on this list. I wouldn't normally think of earbuds as health gadgets.
Well, these AirPods go beyond just delivering amazing sound quality. They actually have a built-in hearing test feature that allows you to assess your hearing health right from your phone.
That's actually pretty cool. I can see how that could be really valuable for people who are concerned about their hearing or just want to keep tabs on it as they age. And speaking of aging, let's talk about the Therabody Theragun Relief. Because sometimes those new workouts leave you feeling a little sore real.
The Theragun Relief is a percussive massage gun designed to target muscle soreness and promote recovery. It's like having a personal masseuse on call, ready to work out those knots and kinks after a tough workout.
And finally, we have the Withings Sleep Analyzer. This one is for all those sleep enthusiasts out there who want to track their sleep without wearing any gadgets to bed.
The Withings Sleep Analyzer is a thin mat that you place under your mattress. It tracks everything from your sleep cycles and heart rate to snoring and even potential signs of sleep apnea. It's like having a sleep lab right in your own bedroom.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've got smartwatches, smart rings, e-bikes, scales that tell you more than just your weight, earbuds that test your hearing, massage guns, and sleep trackers that don't require you to wear anything. It's pretty amazing to see how technology is becoming so integrated into our health and wellness.
It's a really exciting time to be exploring how these gadgets can help us live healthier, more informed lives. But it's important to remember that they are just tools. Ultimately, it's up to us to make those healthy choices and prioritize our well-being.
That's so true. Technology can give us some really incredible insights into our health, but it's really up to us to use that information wisely and make positive changes. Right. It's like having a personal trainer and a lab all rolled into one, but you still have to put in the work, right? But speaking of putting in the work, I'm really intrigued by the Huawei Watch D2's blood pressure monitoring. Traditionally, taking blood pressure has been kind of a hassle, but having it right there on your wrist, that's game-changing.
Yeah, the convenience factor is undeniable. Imagine being able to check your blood pressure anytime, anywhere, without needing a bulky cuff. It could be particularly useful for people with hypertension who need to monitor their blood pressure regularly.
But I wonder about the accuracy. Is it really as accurate as a traditional cuff? That's something I'd want to research before relying on it completely.
Yeah, that's a valid point. It's important to remember that even the most sophisticated gadgets have limitations. It's always a good idea to consult with your doctor and get their perspective on using these devices for health monitoring.
Absolutely. And speaking of monitoring, the Actia 24/7 blood pressure monitor takes things to a whole new level with its continuous monitoring. That's a lot of data.
It is. It's fascinating to think about how continuous monitoring could change the way we understand our health. Instead of just getting a snapshot of our blood pressure at a particular moment, we could see how it fluctuates throughout the day in response to different activities, stress levels, even meals.
Yeah, it's like having a constant stream of feedback about how our bodies are responding to our environment. That could be incredibly valuable for making lifestyle changes or even identifying potential health issues early on.
Right. It's all about empowering people to take a more proactive role in their health. But of course, all this data also raises questions about privacy and security.
Yeah, that's a good point. Where is all this data going? Who has access to it? Those are important questions to consider before embracing these technologies wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's crucial to be aware of the potential risks as well as the benefits. We need to advocate for strong privacy protections and ensure that our health data is being used responsibly.
All right, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about those Apple AirPods Pro 2. I was surprised to see earbuds on this list. But the built-in hearing test is a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, it's a great example of how seemingly simple technology can have a big impact on our health. Hearing loss is a common problem, especially as we age, and often goes undetected until it's quite advanced. Having a tool that allows people to check their hearing easily and conveniently could make a big difference in early detection and intervention.
I know I've definitely blasted my music a little too loud sometimes. So I think it's a good reminder to be mindful of our hearing health. Now let's move on to the Therabody Theragun Relief.
Yeah.
This one's for all the fitness buffs out there.
Yeah, recovery is just as important as the workout itself, and the Theragun Relief is designed to help with that. Percussive massage therapy can be really effective at relieving muscle soreness, improving flexibility, and promoting blood flow.
I've actually tried a Theragun before. And I have to admit, it's pretty amazing. It feels like you're getting a deep tissue massage right at home. And speaking of home, let's talk about the Withings Sleep Analyzer. This one's perfect for those of us who want to track our sleep but don't want to wear a watch or ring to bed.
Yeah, the Withings Sleep Analyzer is incredibly discreet. You just slip it under your mattress, and it does all the work while you sleep. It tracks your sleep cycles, heart rate, breathing, and even snoring.
I'm a pretty light sleeper, so I'm always a bit skeptical of things that go under my mattress. But the idea of getting all that data without having to wear anything is pretty appealing.
It definitely is a convenient option. And for people who suspect they might have sleep apnea, this device could provide valuable information to share with their doctor.
So we've covered a wide range of gadgets here, from those that monitor our vitals to those that help us recover from workouts and track our sleep. It's clear that technology is playing an increasingly important role in how we approach our health and well-being.
Yeah, and it's only going to continue to evolve. It's exciting to think about what the future holds for health tech and how it will continue to empower us to live healthier lives.
I can't wait to see what comes next. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and think about what all of this means for us, for our listeners. What are the key takeaways here?
Yeah, it has been a fascinating journey exploring these 10 health and fitness gadgets. I mean, we've seen some incredible advancements in how technology can help us understand and improve our well-being.
It really does feel like we're on the cusp of a revolution in personal health management. But as with any revolution, there are always those important questions to consider, right? Like, how much is too much when it comes to relying on these gadgets?
You've hit on a really crucial point. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of all this new tech and start obsessing over every data point, every fluctuation. But we have to remember that these gadgets are tools, not oracles. They can provide valuable insights, but they shouldn't dictate our lives or replace our own intuition.
So it's about finding that balance, using technology to inform and guide us, but also listening to our bodies and trusting our own instincts. It's a partnership, not a surrender.
Exactly. It's about integrating these tools into our lives in a way that feels empowering, not overwhelming. And that brings up another important consideration: accessibility. These gadgets are amazing, but they can also be expensive. We need to make sure that access to these technologies isn't limited to a select few.
That's a really crucial point. If we truly want these innovations to have a positive impact on public health, we need to ensure that they're affordable and accessible to everyone, regardless of their income or background.
Absolutely. Equity and inclusion should be at the forefront of our conversations about health technology. And speaking of conversations, I think it's also important to acknowledge the potential impact of these gadgets on our relationships with healthcare providers.
That's an interesting angle.
Yeah.
How do you see these devices changing the dynamic between patients and doctors?
Well, imagine a world where your doctor has access to real-time data from your wearable devices, your heart rate, your sleep patterns, activity levels, even your blood pressure trends. It could completely transform how they diagnose and treat you, allowing for more personalized and preventative care.
It's almost like having a constant dialogue with your doctor, even when you're not in the office. But it also raises questions about data privacy and who has access to this sensitive information.
Right. Privacy is paramount. We need to establish clear guidelines and regulations to ensure that our health data is being handled responsibly and that we have control over who has access to it.
It's a reminder that as technology advances, we need to be even more vigilant about protecting our privacy and ensuring that these innovations are being used ethically and responsibly.
Well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question. As these health and fitness gadgets become increasingly sophisticated and integrated into our lives, what does it mean to be healthy?
Wow. That's a great question. It really challenges us to think beyond just the numbers. The steps taken, the calories burned, the hours slept. It's about considering the holistic picture. Our mental, emotional, and social well-being, as well as our physical health.
Exactly. These gadgets can be incredible tools for self-discovery and improvement, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. Ultimately, true health is about living a life that feels balanced, fulfilling, and meaningful.
It's about finding that sweet spot where technology enhances our lives without overshadowing our own inner wisdom and intuition. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
I hope this exploration has inspired you to think critically and creatively about the role of technology in your own health journey.
Remember, it's your health, your life, your choice. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep diving deep.